Olive oil is one of the oldest cooking fats in human history. The olive tree was first cultivated in the Mediterranean about 6,000 years ago. The Minoans on Crete were among the first to press olives, using the oil for food, medicine, cosmetics, and lamp fuel. By Roman times, it served as currency, and the Romans spread olive farming across their empire. The English word oil derives from the Greek word for olive oil. The highest quality comes from mechanical pressing without heat or chemicals. If free acidity is less than or equal to 0.8% and it passes sensory evaluation, it's extra virgin. Up to 2% acidity with minor flaws qualifies as virgin. These are the only unrefined grades. Regular olive oil is chemically refined, losing most flavor and beneficial compounds. Flavor varies by harvest. Early green olives give strong, bitter, grassy notes. Ripe olives produce smoother, buttery oil. It is essential in Mediterranean cooking, Italian dishes, Spanish gazpacho, Greek hariatiki salad, and Lebanese fadish. Butter was likely discovered accidentally when nomads shook milk in animal skin bags. In ancient Ireland, it was so valuable that people buried it in peat bogs for preservation. The cold environment even improved its flavor. Hindu lore calls Krishna the butter thief for stealing it as a child. Romans rejected butter, associating it with northern barbarians and preferring olive oil. Butter is roughly 80% fat, 16% water, and milk solids, giving it creamy texture and rich taste. It helps baked goods rise. However, it burns easily, so it suits low to medium heat sauteing or finishing, not deep frying. It is central to Western, especially French cuisine. Some people struggle with its dairy proteins and it spoils quickly at room temperature, but its sweet richness remains hard to replace. Coconut oil has been fundamental in Southeast Asia and the South Pacific for millennia. In Fiji and Polynesia, the coconut palm is called the tree of life. Virgin coconut oil is pressed from fresh coconut milk without heat or chemicals, offering a sweet tropical aroma. Refined versions from dried copra are neutral after deodorizing. Mostly saturated fat, it stays solid at room temperature and is very heat stable. Popular in keto and paleo diets for its medium-chain fats, like lauric acid that provide quick energy. Experts generally consider it fine in moderation. It excels at frying, sauteing, and baking as a butter substitute. In South Indian and Sri Lankan dishes, it adds subtle richness. In the Philippines, it's key to pinakbit. In the West, it serves as a vegan butter alternative. A Fijian legend says coconuts have eyes and choose who they fall on. Most commercial truffle oil contains no real truffles. It's plain oil flavored with a synthetic compound. Real truffles have hundreds of complex earthy notes, so synthetic versions often taste one-dimensional or chemical-like. Popularized in the 1980s to make cheap food seem luxurious, it drew sharp criticism from chefs. Anthony Bourdain called it not food. Martha Stewart, hideous, and Gordon Ramsay, ridiculous for overpowering dishes. True truffle-infused oil exists, but is expensive and short-lived. To verify quality, look for the scientific name, for example, tuber melanosporum, rather than truffle flavor. A 2017 lawsuit confirmed many products were mostly synthetic via DNA testing. Still, it remains popular on fries and popcorn. Nut oils are delicate and best used as finishing oils or for low-heat cooking. Walnut oil, rich, nutty, slightly bitter. Classic in French salads over cheese or pasta. Hazelnut oil, toasted, almost chocolatey. Wonderful with warm salads, desserts, or coffee chocolate dishes. Pumpkin seed oil, nearly black, turns vivid green when spread. Intense roasted flavor used in Austrian cuisine over ice cream or potato salad. Macadamia nut oil, mild and buttery with a higher smoke point, more versatile for cooking. Almond oil, gentle flavor, widely used in Middle Eastern, South Asian, and French pastries. A staple in South Asian cooking, mustard oil is pressed from mustard seeds and has a sharp, spicy pungency when raw. In the US and Canada, it's sold only as massage oil, though many South Asian cooks use it for food. India produces most of the world's supply. It features in Hindu and Sikh rituals for lamps and weddings, and in winter massages. Heated to its high smoke point, approximately 480 degrees Fahrenheit, the sharpness mellows into a nutty, sweet richness. Indian cooks often heat it first deliberately. It is one of the more heat-stable oils. Canola is modern, originally rapeseed used for lamps and lubrication. It was too bitter and toxic for eating. In the 1960s-70s, Canadian scientists bred an edible version and named it canola, Canadian oil. Nearly flavorless and odorless with a approximately 400 degrees Fahrenheit smoke point, it suits stir-frying, deep-frying, and baking. Inexpensive and neutral, it became the default in commercial kitchens. It has relatively low saturated fat and a balanced omega profile. Most versions are heavily processed. Cold pressed or gentler, not exciting, but highly practical. Tallow, rendered beef fat, was a primary cooking fat for most of history. Before cheap vegetable oils, it provided rich beefy flavor, high stability, and reusability for frying. Made by slowly melting kidney fat, straining, and cooling, it stores well at room temperature. McDonald's used beef tallow for fries until 1990. Many recall those fries as crispier and more flavorful. Today, grass-fed tallow is regaining popularity in traditional steakhouses and British fish and chip shops. Cottonseed oil, the first major industrial seed oil. Cottonseed was once waste from cotton ginning. Raw oil contained toxic gossypol, requiring heavy refining. In the early 1900s, Procter & Gamble hydrogenated to create Crisco, marketed as a modern alternative to animal fats. Partial hydrogenation produced trans fats, later linked to heart risks. Today, it remains common in commercial snacks and repeated high-heat frying due to low cost and stability. Mild and neutral, it is rarely used in home kitchens. Sesame oil, possibly the oldest plant oil. Sesame was grown in the Indus Valley and traded by 2500 BC. Ancient Indian medicine called it the king of oils. Light, untoasted, sesame oil is neutral with a high smoke point, approximately 410 degrees Fahrenheit for cooking. Toasted, dark sesame oil from roasted seeds is intensely aromatic. A teaspoon transforms Asian dishes. Used as a finishing oil in Korean, Japanese, and Chinese cuisine. Natural antioxidants make it unusually stable against rancidity. Ghee is clarified butter originating in the Indus Valley. By slowly cooking butter, water, and milk solids are removed, leaving pure fat with a nutty, caramel-like flavor. It withstands higher heat than butter, making it ideal for sautéing while retaining buttery taste. Nearly lactose-free, it suits dairy-sensitive people. Central to Indian daily cooking, dal, roti, sweets, and religious rituals. Sunflower oil, native to North America and used by indigenous peoples since 3000 BCE, sunflowers reached Europe as ornamentals. In 18th century Russia, Lenten rules led to its widespread use as oil, sparking a major industry. Mild, light-colored, and suitable for high heat, refined sunflower oil is neutral, while unrefined has more flavor. Along with canola, it dominates global commercial frying, with Ukraine and Russia as top producers. Argan oil. Argan oil comes only from the argan tree in southwestern Morocco, a UNESCO biosphere reserve. Production is labor-intensive. 1 liter needs approximately 30 kilograms of fruit and 15 hours of handwork by Berber women. Culinary argan oil from lightly roasted seeds has a rich, toasty, chocolatey sesame flavor, used as a finishing oil in Moroccan cuisine, drizzled on couscous, salads, or an amlou, arganam and honey paste. Cosmetic versions are unroasted and odorless. Global demand has brought economic independence to rural Berber women through cooperatives.